sweet it is when the grifters have to find a way to move the goalpost on their BS talking points to kind of rage bait people. But the beauty of it all is this: the Odyssey opened up this weekend. If you live in nothing under a rock, then you are would not know that. Everyone knows that the Odyssey is an opening weekend thing, and it is also probably going to be a main cultural event until Spider-Man comes out. And I just want to start by saying the Odyssey absolutely devoured the box office with a 124 million domestic, 139 international, with a 264.1 million dollar opening weekend. No week, no holidays, no nothing. This is a straight up just a 3 day weekend. It's still not as big of an opening as Toy Story or Mario, but family movies tend to have a different impact. But it's still, I think it's the second biggest opening for Christopher Nolan, so that's great. Also, it is just an incredible thing to see something like this being like praised and people sending to the theaters to see it. And I want to do a little tangent because it's like all these months, the Odyssey was going to flop, it was going to fail, it wasn't going to do good. No one wants to see it. There's people of color in it. Why are there people of color in it? And it's actually been the strongest force. So Neurotic and Drinker and Yellow Flash are my three top victims when I want to just get them up out of here. That you guys are idiots. It'd be nice if you guys actually admitted you were wrong for a change. You won't because that's just how y'all are. And it's also just beautiful to see that the movie's going to do well in the box office. If this week is any implication, high word of mouth, high critic praise, high audience praise, a beautiful score, beautifully shot, IMAX. We're good. I think we're good. And it's not going to, in no way, shape, or form, hurt Spider Man. Spider Man is going to open up to 500 plus million. That's the projection. That's insane. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say you guys can just, not be dumb, but that'd be asking for too much. So it's actually made more than its budget because the Odyssey's budget was about 250 million. So it opened in 264, which means it opened up past its budget, which is a beautiful thing to see. And that's a good trend for things to go up. I don't think anything particularly big is coming out next weekend, so the Odyssey pretty much has a clean sweep on the next weekend as well. And I'm projecting my guess is that by the end of next weekend, the Odyssey will cross 500 million. Most movies tend to not really do that all the time, but I think this was one of those rare occasions where this might just happen. So let's all just be glad that the Odyssey opened up as well as it did, and we hope it keeps going because it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yo, wait, yeah, it is Christopher Nolan's biggest opening since The Dark Knight Rises, one of the biggest worldwide openings of 2026, Universal's biggest original film opening ever, and one of the biggest IMAX openings in history. So half of all of North American moviegoers chose premium formats, and IMAX alone generated over $80 million globally, underscoring how much the format contributed to the launch. So that means IMAX generated $80 million alone off of this debut. This man Christopher Nolan is a menace, bro. Get at him, yo. Just get at him. 97% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Cinema Score gave it an A, and I, bruh, sold out IMAX theaters, record advanced sales, people traveling across states to watch it in 70 millimeter. When you have people traveling across states to get to a 70 millimeter screen, you got pulled, bro. You got pulled, and he already it is what it is, bro. And 2026 just keeps pushing out event movies. We've got Mario, Project Hail Mary, Michael, Toy Story 5, Backrooms, Obsession, and now the Odyssey. And we already know Spider Man Brand New Day is next. Let's keep it a buck. Let's not even keep it going. Now, I'd say, I think my projection for the Odyssey, in my opinion, will still be around 900 million. I just have that weird feeling that that's where it's going to end up landing. But if it does end up crossing a billion, then goodbye to anybody who had doubts that this was going to be successful. It doesn't need to make a billion to be successful, but if it does hit that, let's get it. So, yeah, we are looking at some really good things here as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure Toy Story just crossed, I believe Toy Story crossed 940. 8 million or something like that. Moana made 19 million this weekend. It's a solid place finish, but it's still struggling because it was very expensive to make. Millions and Monsters is continuing to be a reliable fan performer. It's holding well despite the competition, but this is still relatively low for a Minions movie. Usually by this point, a Minions movie done blew the water out, but it's only like three something. And a lot of the other movies, I'm really upset the Invite isn't doing a lot better than it should. I would love to have seen the Invite make like 50 to 60 million. I don't think it's going to make that. And it's just unfortunate, but it's still a good summer diverse lineup, in my opinion. So it's nice to know that we got a bunch of movies. Like, I don't care about Young Washington. I wasn't going to care about Young Washington. And that's just wasn't what it was going to be. That's just not what it was for me. I thought Box Office Mojo, I think Box Office Mojo was giving me numbers, and they said Toy Story 5 was like at like 950 or something. It was crazy. And I'm not even angry because, bruh, the box office is doing good. Toy Story 5, 958 million. 958 million for Toy Story 5. Moana's total is 178 million. Millions and Monsters is 357. And we'll just go Evil Dead Burn with 51 million. And I am okay with all of this, but it's a nice diverse lineup. And I think every studio this year has done something good. So it is what it's going to be. We can just take this success for what it is. And I would like to see at least another big explosive film that wouldn't be Spider-Man or the Odyssey. I don't think we're going to after the Odyssey, unless what is it, like The Last House on Oak Street or something like that. That could be big, but I don't think it's gonna be that big. And we just got to take it for what it is. Now, for what I'm going to go into is another little tangent about how the grifters are, oh, the box office is dead, the movie theater is going. We are actually projected in 2026 to see a $10 billion year at the box office, which means this would be the biggest movie year since 2019. And that is the reference that these people like to use when they say, oh, this year was nice, but it's nothing like 2019. Well, we might just be seeing that this year. We might just be seeing that this year. I mean, a lot of horror movies are doing really well. Some other movies are doing really well. There are some unfortunate like movies that didn't do well, like Supergirl, Moana, Disclosure Day. Some movies that should have done a lot better, in my opinion. The Invite could have done a lot better. It's still in the box office, but I just think it could have done a lot better in its first 2 weeks, and it didn't. I think this is where it's really going to slow down because Spider Man comes out in 2 weeks, so it's got another week and a half before Spider Man hits theaters, and that's going to be a big deal. So there's no doubt in my mind that later on in the year, Avengers Doomsday makes $1 billion because it's just going to be like that, and then Dune Part 3, after the big success of Dune Part 1, I would like to hope that Dune Part 3 also does what Avengers Doomsday is doing since they're coming out the same weekend. That could be a humongous weekend for the box office. So let's just sit here and just say that the box office is doing well. That's all I had to say for tonight. But congratulations to the Odyssey. It is what it is. So, like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next.